In 1415, a young English king marched into France with a sick, starving army. He was outnumbered nearly 4-1. Most of his men expected to die. By nightfall, King Henry V had crushed the French nobility and changed European history. This is the true story of how he did it. Before he became king, Henry was not respected. As a young prince, he drank heavily, mixed with criminals, and fought in the streets. Many nobles believed he would destroy England if he ever wore the crown. But in 1413, Henry became king at just 26 years old, and everything changed. He cut off old friends, he dressed well, he prayed often, he listened more than he spoke. Most important of all, he prepared for war. Henry believed he had a legal right to the French throne. France was divided, weak, and ruled by a mad king. Henry saw his chance. In August 1415, Henry sailed to France with around 12,000 men. The campaign went badly from the start. Disease spread through the army, supplies ran low. By October, Henry had fewer than 6,000 soldiers left, many sick with dysentery. The French army, made up of armored knights and nobles, blocked his path near a village called Agincourt. They had at least 20,000 men. No escape. On the night before the fight, Henry did something unexpected. He walked alone through his camp, dressed as a common soldier. He listened to his men speak freely. They feared death. They feared capture. French nobles were known to ransom soldiers, or kill them. Henry later prayed for forgiveness for his father's sins. He believed God would judge him the next day. At dawn, he gave his speech. He told his men they were lucky to be there, that fewer men meant more glory, that they would be remembered forever. And then he ordered the attack. The battlefield was narrow and muddy from rain. Henry placed his longbowmen on the sides and forced the French into a tight space. When the French charged, their armor sank into the mud. Arrows rained down. Men fell. Horses panicked. Knights crushed. The French advance collapsed into chaos. Then, Henry made his most controversial decision. Fearing a second attack, he ordered the execution of captured French prisoners. He meant to save his army. By the end of the day, thousands of French nobles were dead. It was the most shocking victories in medieval history. He returned to England a hero. Over the next years, he conquered northern France. In 1420, the French king named Henry his heir. Henry married a French princess and ruled as both King of England and future King of France. At just 35 years old, he had achieved what no English king before him could. But it all ended suddenly. In 1422, Henry fell sick on a siege. He died quietly, far from home. He was only 35 years old. His son, Henry VI, was just a baby. History would remember Henry V not just as a warrior, but as the last English king who truly conquered France. Henry V was not a legend. He was not perfect. He was ruthless, religious, and deeply disciplined. But he understood leadership. He knew when to inspire and when to be feared. And at Agincourt, he proved that planning beats power. That is why, over 600 years later, we still speak his name.